Hey gang, Matt from Easy Breakout's about to start another current market trend review, but before I do, just wanted to mention that if you find this video helpful, be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Also, you can view additional videos by visiting our YouTube channel. Alright, let's hop into our analysis. So folks, across the board here, another rally day, another positive day. In fact, we had the Russell 2000 posting up into new all-time highs. So folks, we had the Dow yesterday posting up into new all-time highs, and then the Russell on Tuesday posting up into new all-time highs. So folks, we've got some of these major markets on the move. Nasdaq has recovered to some critical areas, and the S&Ps, as we talked about earlier, in a bit of a range and actually new all-time highs just a couple of points away. So equities here continue the rally. We've got crude here, first attempt to try and break up and over the 52s, rejected, kind of backing off just a little bit. Gold just hanging out in a range, bonds hanging out in a range. We'll see all of this on the charts, but as always, we're starting off with the S&P 500s. Folks, here's what we've got on the S&P 5s. We've been talking about this, like a little bit of a high handle that's forming now. And in fact, you know, if you guys have been watching us over the last couple of sessions here, we talked about earliest that potentially a bit of a pullback, a little bit of backing and filling might be in order if we broke this trend line to the upside. That's exactly what happened. In fact, I'm going to zoom in here on the 60-minute chart. We broke this trend line to the upside, and I said as soon as we did that, let's look to the 2195s and the 2180s for potential areas of support. Here's the 2195s. Okay, we gapped above that on Monday morning. We never really even got close to the 2180s, and here we are. We're knocking right on these prior highs up at the 2114 spot 10. Those are all-time highs here on the S&P 5. Folks, so what I'm seeing here across the board are a lot of high handle setups. So as the market, the S&P I should say, breaks to new all-time highs, chances are a lot of other stocks are going to follow suit with some breakouts. One of the things that I did also notice as well is that the Russell here posting new all-time highs on the Russell. We've seen a lot of small cap stocks breaking out of high handles, and actually we'll look at some of our individual equity trades that we've taken. Same thing we're seeing on our individual stock trades that we're taking in our live trading room. But folks, we've got Russell on all-time highs. Nasdaq coming out to some important levels here. So we've been watching the 5350s here on the Nasdaq. That was kind of that level that we broke out of, then we faded down below. So over the next few days, what I'm going to be looking for here on the Nasdaq is for us to retake these 5350s. Okay, get above it. I think that a close above these 5350s would point to all the major indices here back in alignment, moving to the upside. Right now, one of the things we've been seeing here is kind of a weak Nasdaq, stronger Dow and Russell, with the S&P kind of caught in the middle here. So if we can get all four of these major indices here moving to the upside, I think you'll start to see some momentum start building in breakout stocks again. We've been sensing here for just the last maybe day and a half or so that the market might be poised to sustain some breakout trades, just because we've had some swing trades on for now like 5 days, 6 days now, and that's a little odd. You think about it, if the market really was weak, chances are a lot of our swing trades would have stopped this out. But the fact that we've been hanging on to some of our swing trades for quite some time and actually initiating a couple new positions here, it just generally gives the sense that the market might be setting up for a new leg higher. We'll just have to see here if we can break out to new highs. But definitely, I mean, as we've been mentioning, even though the markets have been sideways, individual equities, the highest relative strength names have been popping, and we'll see a few of them in just a second. Taking a look at some of our external markets here, folks, we've had the bonds here weak all day, or I should say weak ever since the post-election, just hanging down on these lows. Again, we've got FOMC rate announcement coming up next Wednesday, so in about a week here, folks, chances are the bonds are just going to go quiet into that number. Folks, we've got here the crude. We've been talking about the crude here up and over the 52s today so far, kind of backing off just a little bit, and so we have to watch here to see if we can make a second or third attempt up and over those 52s. I mean, this was a big move coming off the 45 evens all the way up to the 52s. We might balance out right at these 52s, form a little bit of a handle, or a high handle I should say, and then make another attempt to try and break out. Again, what we're watching on the crude here is a little bit of a longer term bottoming process, like an inverted head and shoulders. Okay, and then finally here on the gold, folks, talking about the gold still hanging down below those 1200s, and we've mentioned here that the gold, you know, if it can't get above the 1200s, 1050s might be the next place on deck, and that's all obviously a longer term target, several months out, that potentially could be the place. But for right now, what I'm looking for the gold here, it does seem like some of the selling here has slowed down. We seem to be building balances or ranges on top of each other, what we call overlapping ranges. So that could potentially be a sign of some slowing in the selling. Again, we'd be looking for the gold to get back above the 1200s as a sign that it's trying to put in like a bit of a bottom. So just watch that on our end. Now, in terms of the equities here, as I was mentioning, a couple of our names have been working out pretty well, our swing stocks here. Here's one of them, CLCD. We took this a couple of days ago, right around the 37 evens, and it doesn't look like a huge move, and that's, just because the scaling on this chart is kind of skewed by this prior run up. But folks, from 37 up to the closing on Tuesday, 40 spot 35, that's about a 9% rip higher in just about 2.5 days. So this is what I'm saying, that even though the markets have been sideways, it's very important that all of you that are watching these videos have some kind of like a filtering software or some kind of a charting program that clues you into the stocks that are moving. Because if you're just relying on sort of the hot stock of the day or what you're seeing through financial media, chances are you're not going to be focused into these names, which are the ones that are working. Another example here is this EXEL, right? We took this trade, 2.5 days ago as well. So this one continues to move higher, third positive day in a row. This was a nice trade. Another like a material stock here, EXP, moving higher. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days we've been in this trade right up through the 100 evens. And then a new stock that we just picked up today that worked out really nicely early on today. You can see this, right? Nice little volume pop down here at the bottom, breaking out of this high handle. Remember, I mentioned as the markets form high handles, you're going to see a lot more high handle formations on your stocks. In fact, the Russell breaking out to new highs. So it seems like this NXST is kind of following the Russell into these new highs, folks. And here's kind of the nice thing about charts, right? When you look at this formation, you say, hey, this stock is actually breaking out of highs it has never seen before. So, these are all-time highs up at 62. That is the chart telling you that somebody's trying to accumulate this, right? This is a monthly chart. And when you look at this stock has basically been in a range for the better part of 3.5 years here, just backing and filling, and now just all of a sudden starting to peek its head up into new high territory. Those are the types of stocks that we're focusing in on. So folks, again, I know that right now there's probably a lot of opposing opinions in the market. People saying, it's gone too far too fast, get ready for a pullback. Just focus in on the charts. That's the only thing that I can say at this point. Just focus in on the charts. The best relative strength stocks breaking out of recognizable chart patterns with volume. Those are the things you're going to want to be looking for every single day, no matter what the prevailing winds of the market are. Focus in on the stocks that are hanging out nearest to either 5-year or all-time highs, and that should be your selection process for potential stocks that are getting ready to break out. But other than that, folks, have a great trading day ahead, and join us for our next market trend review. Hey, by the way, if you haven't done so already and you're liking the analysis, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And as a reminder, you can also view additional videos by visiting our YouTube channel. Or if you'd like to find out more about Easy Breakouts, go ahead and click that Show More right above the comments section to find out more about Easy Breakouts. But other than that, have a great trading day ahead, and may the trend be with you. Take care, everyone.